Good afternoon, everybody. We're here in Concord, just across from our usual spot in Gordon Rink. Apologies if you're looking for the Loomis and St. Paul's game. It's coming. I promise. The Taft and Tabor game that was supposed to be played just before this was delayed about 5 to 10 minutes because of some rough stuff during the game. So we're going to be starting a bit late. We're already about 7 minutes past the time when the game is supposed to start. It's just going to be a few minutes more. You can see they're wrapping up, making the ice. One more round for the Zamboni driver, and then the players should hit the ice just after that. So St. Paul's and Loomis is coming up shortly, so stick around. Well, good afternoon, everybody. My name's Ryan Murphy here at Gordon Rink on the campus of St. Paul's School in Concord, New Hampshire. Today, the final game of the preseason for both Loomis Chaffee School and St. Paul's School as they meet at the annual Thanksgiving Jamboree. So glad to have you all along, ladies and gentlemen. St. Paul's will be wearing red. They'll be coming from our left to right. Loomis will be wearing white. They'll be coming from right to left. Both these teams have played 2 games so far in the Jamboree. St. Paul's is 0-2. They have lost to Taft and Tabor. They lost 1-0 to Taft in the first game of the Jamboree yesterday morning, and then at 4 o'clock yesterday had a toughly contested game against Tabor, but ultimately fell to the Seawolves 4-2. In the latter game, Sam Seibold and Mike Stoddard had goals. In the first game, Cal Welch was the star for St. Paul's. He had 36 saves. Loomis, on the other hand, they have also played Tabor and Taft. They tied Tabor in a 4-4 shootout after St. Paul's and Taft played yesterday. And then last night in the evening game against Taft, they lost 3-0. They were shut out by the hot hand of Rudy Guimond, 3-0. So as I mentioned, this is the last game of the preseason for both these schools. Loomis will go to play Trinity Pauling on Saturday. St. Paul's has their home opener Friday against Brewster. But before all that, hockey. And we're underway as Josh Halliday takes it off the faceoff. Immediately gets hit hard there by Ben Carfora. Loomis works it around. They're a hard-hitting team. The Pelicans are. Alissi throws it into the glove of the starting goaltender for St. Paul's, Cal Welch. I mentioned he had 36 saves yesterday. His counterpart in goal, once he turns his numbers around so I can see him, I'll actually tell you, but I can't tell you right now who the Loomis goaltender is. I apologize for that offensive zone draw for Loomis here. It's scrambled, kicking towards that hash mark there, and a shot from the outside ended up coming through. But it was stopped by Welch. I'm not sure who the shooter was. It looked like Oliver Flynn, the big Yukon commit, one of the top guns on this Loomis Chaffee side. Flynn's pass knocked off a leg, and Jack Roberts clears it all the way down. In goal for Loomis is Andrew Hines. I'll get more on him later as the Pelicans are coming up and ahead. Shot never made it to the goal. Doherty played the rebound. It bounces off the glass, and Sam Seibold couldn't get a good hold of it. Cox gets bumped. Still on his feet, and he just chops it out to center. There waiting for it is Charlie Andriol. One of the captains of the Loomis squad. Icing waved off here as it goes all the way through center. Cox is back for it. No stoppages so far. One stoppage in the game so far. They apologize very quickly, but now we're kind of underway and in some pace. Cox is still going. He tried to center one. Went off the skate of Seibold. Coming in to grab it there is Will Reardon. He just shoots it all the way out to center. It's a foot race, and leading it is Chris Hibson. Hibson turns in the corner. Doherty works him over. It's a 2-on-2 battle on the far side over there. Of course, we're in a bit of a different spot this afternoon than we usually are. Oakenson keeping the puck in at the line. Cox lays a check in low, but Loomis comes up with the puck. Working up the wall, there's Elijah Hull with a shot, and it kicks off the pad of Welch and into the glove. So the starting goaltender for Loomis is Andrew Hines. He's a junior out of North Andover, Mass. He was at the Brook School in 2019-20, the last full season of prep hockey. He had a .362 goals against average and an .880 save percentage in 6 games played down at Brooks. Shot through here, goes off the skate of Matt Grady in front of the net. It's now behind the goal. They battle for it, and it's stuck on the apron, it looks like. So another face-off coming up here to the left. And it'll be Grady digging in against Aiden Healy, the junior from Malvern, New York. Off the draw, the puck goes to the corner. Sullivan swings it on around. Can Biggs catch up to it? He can, and he shoots it out to center. Going back in his own for Hunter Drouin. He threw it away. Yee comes in. The shot went off a leg. It'll ping pong back to the left point, and Sullivan overskated it. This will start Loomis the other way. Good pass to the middle. Oh, I thought it was going to be a good pass, but unable to pick it up there was Drouin. Back comes St. Paul's. It's Grady. And the shot goes up off a extremity of some sort, and then hits the overhanging. I'm not actually sure what's up there, but there's a little balcony that juts out over the glass behind the Loomis goal, and it's some sort of mechanical thing. Face off to the left here of Hines, who I believe has yet to make a save for Loomis. Shot into the corner by Sullivan. Grady tried to turn it in front, knocked down with Pinato, and the Pelicans come up with the puck. Carfora will send it all the way down. Icing arm is up, and it will indeed be icing, despite the best efforts of Chris Hibson. Hibson, a senior out of New Haven, Connecticut, is described by J.R. Zavisa as the heart and soul of his roster, as a consistent four-year player on the team. Loomis does have a couple of those guys. They have 16 players returning from last year, and 7 players returning from the last full season of prep hockey, which was 19-20, in which they won the large school championship. Off the face-off, here come the Pelicans. It's Swift, I apologize. Swift goes into the corner for it, lays a check there on Sullivan. Backed up to the line by the Pelicans. A shot through traffic here, misses wide of the far post, dumped in front of the net with Swift. Pinato will wrist one out to center and back for it with a glove. Playing it with a glove is Miranda. He tried the quick up for Swift, but he fell at the line. No one was really around him. He just dropped to his knees. He will start out for St. Paul's. He's on his backhand, threw it off a leg. Chance here for Carfora coming in, trying to bust through, and he was stopped by Welch. Never really got a good shot off. Puck played out to the top of the circles, and Yee is out there to meet it, and he will clear the zone. Michael Carvelis very nearly had a good opportunity, but a good defensive maneuver by Christian Yee negated that. Loomis starts back the other way. Good speed so far from the Pelicans. Cameron Miranda got turned over by St. Paul's, and then here comes Carfora, dishes it off. Miranda again, taken to the wall there by Brad Cox. A good heavy check by the Livingston, Montana native. Miranda sends it back in behind the goal. Flynn was bumped there. Oaken Sun comes in from the left point to play it. Sun back in low. That's Flynn. Taking a look around. He gets on the goal line now. Swings it back in low in the corner there. Moving with it is Miranda. Good shift here from Loomis, but it ran away from Miranda at the face-off circle. And Roberts will slap at it. It ends up back on the stick of a very dangerous Oliver Flynn. He's going to get going. Coming right down the middle. Oliver Flynn boxed out. It looked like a good defensive play to me by Bohan. But they might get him with a cross check. Oh, a trip. Really, it was more Bohan closing the gap with his stick. I guess in a playoff game that's not a penalty, but in this kind of a scrimmage, I suppose it is. The first power play of the game to Loomis. I am not, as longtime viewers will know, I am not the end-all, be-all adjudicator of penalties. So you can disagree. And many of you probably will. First power play to Loomis, that's a fact. Not an opinion. And Carvelis has it on the half wall. Moves it back in low. That same group did not stay out there, so Flynn off the ice. We'll have our eyes on him just because he's a committed player. You're probably going to get a little more looks than the other guys. So hold on. A couple more notes from me. But there are some very, very good players on this Loomis team. They're deep, and they'll look to make a run, I would assume, to the playoffs this year. Hibson rounds the goal, sends it back to the line. Miranda over there to Carvelis. Back in low. It's Andriol to the front, and a tip was there, but it went off the stick of Hibson and wide of the cage, and it's sent all the way down the ice by St. Paul's. A minute left to go in the Bohan minor for tripping and stopping behind his net. Looks like Miranda again. Some changes for Loomis. And wholesale for St. Paul's. Lingering all the way back in the St. Paul's end right now is Tarajamo. I don't think I'm pronouncing that one correct. I'll check in a second. Coming in with speed here is Andriol. He'll round the goal. Comes this way for Flynn. Big shot. Missed wide of the goal. Go all the way around. And it's just held in at the line. A good chance here. A shot by Tarajamo. Goes wide of the cage. Terragamo trying to back the St. Paul's defender up. That's what I was alluding to earlier. Here's Flynn left point. Good movement on the Loomis power play, but a shot blocked by Seibold. Will send it to the boards. Terragamo lays it to the line. Andriol. Back for Terragamo. Tries to sling one across. Too hot to handle for Flynn. It goes off the boards. In the corner now. Flynn pushes it back. Hull on the half wall. Up high here. Andriol the shot. Stopped by Welch. He's had to make a couple of saves early. Terragamo this way. Flynn shooting, and another block in front by Yee. It's cleared all the way down by Biggs, and icing rightly waved off. A great kill by St. Paul's. A gutsy one at that. A couple of really good shot blocks by the Big Red. Flynn will start out now. Back to five-a-side. Flynn's got to lane up the right. He's going to take it. Whizzes by Michaud. Couldn't cut to the middle. A good stick by Halliday. And now Halliday pushes him to the boards. Coming in there too is Drouin. St. Paul's comes back the other way. Michaud sticks it in, or throws it in. Hines sticks it aside. Loomis starts out. They've carried most of the play so far in this one, but St. Paul's hanging tough. Overskated there by Roberts at center. Back on it here is Terragamo. No, sorry, 21. That's Grossi, not 22, Terragamo. Connecting pass left side. It's Yoon. Loomis struggling to get out of their zone right now, at least. Grossi falling over there with Anastasio. Grossi again, right up the middle. And now they're coming. It's Ross. Plays it to the boards. Good push by Vio, and St. Paul's will get it out. The first real rush for the Big Red here, and Cox is coming in. He's by himself as St. Paul's is changing. He goes all the way around the goal looking for some options here. He's got him. He's trying to swing it towards the front. He whiffed. They play over on the half wall now. It's up at the line. Doherty couldn't keep it in there. Pinato shoots it right onto the stick of Carvelis. Terragamo, rather. And for Hunter Drouin here on the left side, it jumped over his stick, and Cade Cox will take it back. Out the middle, it was picked off. The shot from the outside blocked by Doherty, and it ends up in a 50-50 puck at center. Doherty will take it. Here comes Ryan Doherty. Stopped on the half wall, just leaves it in the corner there for Swift to pick up for Loomis. Seibold cross-checked his man from behind. No penalty on St. Paul's there. And back the other way comes Swift up the middle. Lays it outside for a one-timer that was blocked by Doherty. And out of the zone it comes. Hookman Vasa really couldn't get all of that one. It didn't look like he was trying to get all of that one. Here's a shot by Swift. Right on, and it's stopped by Cal Welch. Well, St. Paul survives the penalty against, and hanging tough here against the very good Loomis side. There we go. I got the period up on the scoreboard graphic. Still working out the kinks, as I mentioned yesterday. Hold on a minute. Here comes Biggs for St. Paul's. Chips it by. Good hit over there by Loomis. I don't have a 19 on my roster, so... Oh, no, that's Eli Velopek. I apologize. And sometimes he wears 37, sometimes he wears 19. That's the way it looked. Look at Hibson coming through. It's loose in front of the goal, and Welch got a piece of it. Comes back to the circle for a shot, and another block. Dylan Biggs got in front of that one. St. Paul's is eating pucks right now. He couldn't get it out. Good stick over there by Hull. Pinned up against the wall. Hookman Vasa at the line, and another block. That was Michaud got in front of it, and he blocks it actually all the way down the ice. So St. Paul's will get a change, and Velopek goes back for it. Good grit shown here early by the Big Red. A tip of the line negates the icing, and Oliver Flynn goes in for it. Flynn wins the puck behind the goal, still under pressure from Brad Cox as he moves up the wall now. Cox gives away to Stoddard. Puck in behind the net as Flynn played it as a giveaway by St. Paul. Son to the front, a bouncer, a good tip right on, and the puck is still loose. Now it's underneath. Cal Welch, a really good tip in front of the net by Rory Andriol. One of two Andriols on the team, both from Brantford, Connecticut. Yeah, that was a really good tip in front of the net, and it gave Welch a few fits as it almost popped up and over his right shoulder. Flynn driving through here, dangerous, but he put it off the outside of the net. Puck will come back to the line here. Oakenson waits intentionally wide, and it went off inside of the leg of Terrajamo. And nearly went into the net. Kyle Welch standing tall here. So far in the goal for St. Paul's. Charlie Andrio to the front. Save is made by Welch again. The puck is loose. Tapped wide. Welch is out of his net. Flynn centers. It's loose there. Spinning with Terrajamo. Loose at the line. And Loomis able to hold it in. Not for long. And now they clear it. Charlie Andrio forced to go back. St. Paul scrambling for a change. And Terry had his stick caught up in Flynn, so he couldn't get off in time. It's a turnover by Loomis in neutral territory now. And Stoddard hammers it home. 6:50 to play in the opening period. No score between St. Paul's and Loomis. Flying shot by Sullivan goes high. Out come the Pelicans again. Offside here. Sammy Ross, I believe, was trying to carry the puck in. Oh, they haven't stopped the clock. There we go. The trainer, Miss Kelly Eaton, in the box, had to remind our timer today. Our timer is Chris Smith, associate AD at St. Paul's. Of course, it's a scrimmage, so it's not. You're not going to hear the screaming fits that you would normally hear if the clock kept running. Both from the fans, of which there are a good group here, despite it being the last day of the Jamboree, or from the benches. Icing here quickly against St. Paul's. Face off to the left with Kyle Welch as Seibold digs in, some chattering before the draw. Loomis wins it very cleanly. Anastasio to the front. Missed wide. Loomis first on the puck. In low. Healy. He gets hit. St. Paul's comes up with it. Seibold for Roberts. He's got to move it quickly. He gets checked, but gets it to Cade Cox jumping up in the rush. Cade will drive wide, looking for a man in front. Halliday wasn't there. Cox gets it back behind the goal. Tried to swing it to the front again. Goes off a body. Halliday leaves it for Seibold. And a good save has made that puck was loose. It was knocked loose, a quick whistle, but I think a good one because it was under the glove of Hines. You want that's a tough shot by Seibold from in tight on the near post, just below the circle. Trying to put it up over the left shoulder of Andrew Hines, who has not seen much action so far in this one. And when you're cold like that and you're watching the play down at the other end, and then you get a tough shot, that's an even tougher save. Turnover by Loomis, but and another turnover by Loomis. They got it back. There's Ong. A little slapper to the front was stopped by Hines. He has it in the glove. With Grady driving through to the front. Still 0-0 in the sixth scrimmage of 6. Taft, Tabor, Loomis, and St. Paul's taking part in the annual preseason Thanksgiving Jamboree here at Gordon Rink. Turned back by Christian Yee quickly, and a late hit on Panano will draw a penalty. He got the puck in, just got rid of it. I thought he just got rid of it in time. But peeling, or I don't know if he was trying to peel away from the check or decided to go straight through, but it was kind of a leg-on-leg, knee-on-knee collision, and Panano draws the penalty. Ben Carfor going to the box. I'd like to see that one again. Part of it that looked incidental, part of it that did not. Anyways, first power play of the game for St. Paul's. They were 1 for 5 in the game against Taft, or 1 for 5 in the game against Tabor, and 0 for 4 against Taft. They're trying to get their power play going, the Big Red R. And they've gotten some good practice because the penalties yesterday were coming. There's a chance for Stoddard driving to the cage. Terry was in front, tries to slap away at it. But the Loomis player, I didn't get the number. The Loomis player was there first and pounded it down the ice. Coming back with it, Sullivan. He'll lead the rush, stops at the circle. Drops it off for Cade Cox. Cox gets by a man. He got Terry on the back door, couldn't pass it to him. A good little stick by Grossi. And then Cox's pass actually goes all the way around the boards and down the ice. So St. Paul's will give it another go. About a minute gone here in the first power play of the game for St. Paul's. Loomis has had a power play. They did not score, which makes sense because we have no score. Brady comes out high, hard stop on the circle. Cox sauces it across. He had Yee, but he was on his offside. Yee kicks it back to the line, but Stoddard isn't able to handle it. Forechecker there for Loomis is Rory Andriol. He's gliding around on the hunt now. Flynn looking at Yee as he shoots the puck up off the glass and into the zone. It's stuck behind the Loomis cage. Coming in to dig it free is Josh Halliday. His brother JT not playing today. A little reverse pass in front of the net. It's loose there. Halliday got taken out, and Loomis is able to clear the puck. I don't know if he just skated right by it or was tripped and couldn't get a piece of it, but either way, Loomis defends the house. And a very good penalty kill so far for the Pelicans. Here comes Jack Roberts across the line. Still kind of going, but it got away from him. And one final clearance by Loomis will do it. They got two players ahead of the puck, too. So Welch has to come out to play it. Now he's got to hustle back as the first guy on it is Alissi. Alissi's little reverse pass was cut off by Seibold smartly. Seibold couldn't clear the zone. A dangerous looking shot as it fluttered by Carvelas. Lead pass ahead. Jack Roberts was the first guy there, but it took the wrong route to the moving puck. Doherty steps up to smack it into the Loomis zone, but it's turned right back quickly by Miranda. Miranda comes up the left side. No score so far. Miranda, nice little move. Goes to the corner, centers it, but it was a blind centering pass. Right onto the stick of Michaud, and he'll start away with Biggs. 3-on-2 as Cox joins the rush. Biggs, the shot goes off the outside. Cox pursues the puck in deep. Vio holding his spot at the line. Those two have yet to switch as St. Paul's moves it back in deep, and now it'll be cleared by Loomis. I don't think St. Paul's is really sure who was supposed to forecheck on that puck, if anyone was. I'm actually not sure anyone was. There goes Cox leading the rush again. Cade takes it in deep. Looking on around, he gets hit there and loses it. Can he dig it back? Yes, trying to make a move to the goal. He was hooked. Gets the puck back to Doherty though. Doherty side of the goal. They push it in front for Michaud. A nice little redirect by Biggs. But Michaud couldn't get a piece of it. He was all tied up. Good shift by the Paulies here. Doherty to the front. Blocked it down off the skate of Elijah Hull and out. Quickly pushed back in by St. Paul's. They've gotten a little more momentum in the offensive zone after that power play. Still nothing doing on the score sheet, 0-0. Here's Christian Yee, watched by Flynn. He had a player collapsing on him, but he got the puck up to Henry Ong. Maybe one too many dangles at the line. After he lost it, trying to win it back now. Panato comes through. Turning back with it here is Sullivan. 4-year seniors. One of the 4-year seniors on this St. Paul squad. Jake Sullivan is. Off the skate of Sullivan in front, they score! A bad bounce for St. Paul's, and it's Makai Terajamo. That pass went off the skate of Sullivan, I think off the goaltender. It took a couple ping pongs in front, and Welch was out of position. With less than a minute to play. The Pelicans take a 1-0 lead. And they have been the better team in this period, as I've noted. But they haven't been able to really break through the St. Paul's defense, and it takes a lucky bounce. I mean, you create your own luck. I do understand that, so nothing's truly lucky, but an unfortunate bounce if you're St. Paul's, and a favorable amounts if you're Loomis to get the Pelicans on the score sheet. They're looking for more here as we wind down. 30 seconds left in the period, and a good shift here from Loomis. Andriel works it. They go to the back door. Penalty upcoming against St. Paul's now as there's a whole lot of jousting in front. And I think they're actually both going to go. I heard 14-16, but I don't know if there is a 16 out there for Loomis. Unless they're both going to go for St. Paul's. No, it's just... Oh, it is. They are both going to go, and it's going to be a Loomis penalty. That's it. No, yeah, it's a penalty against the Pelicans. As Jae Yoon, a senior from Seoul, South Korea, is off for cross-checking. With 23.3 seconds left in the period, a power play to St. Paul's. They are 0 for 1, but it generated a couple good shifts out of the Big Red afterwards. If they don't score, obviously it'll carry over to the second period. Or they'll have a fresh, clean sheet of ice and a good 10-15 minutes in the locker room to think about how they're going to handle the power play. St. Paul's maybe content to just wind out the clock here. Sullivan one pass to Doherty. They come now. Seibold, can he get a shot in? No. As the horn sounds, and that's it. A late goal yet again allowed by the Big Red. Takes Loomis to break with a 1-0 lead. A goal by Makai Terajamo, a junior from Waldorf, Maryland. So it's 1-0 Pelicans as we head to the break. Second period is coming up after this. Stick around. back, everybody. Second period of action from Gordon Rink. Teams switch sides and are ready to go. St. Paul's will start with 96 seconds of power play time, and they trail Loomis 1-0 in the final game of the preseason for both the Pelicans and the Big Red. Want to say hello to all our fans out there. I've been told we have some fans watching in Wyoming, which is really, really cool. So hello to all of you and hello to everyone. Thanks for tuning in on this Monday afternoon. My name is Ryan Murphy. Really just happy to be with you. The goal scorer for Loomis is Makai Terajamo. He was at Loomis last year. He's out of the New Jersey Rockets organization. Cal Welch made 9 saves in that first period between the pipes for St. Paul's. The shots were 10-3 overall. Andrew Hines did not see much action between the Loomis goal. As I mentioned, only 3 shots for St. Paul's. So, anyways, St. Paul's will be skating from right to left here in this period across your screen. Loomis, they're wearing white with the Montreal Canadian style red stripe across the middle with black trimming. Really more of a maroon stripe, but they'll be skating from left to right. Loomis bangs on the bench. They're excited and ready to go. They're going to have to kill off 96 seconds of penalty time as Jae Yoon is in the box. And we're underway for the second period of action. Here's Cox reversing. Sullivan has a lane on the right side, and he'll take it in for St. Paul, stopping up, trying to get this power play started as he whisks it right on around. A clean sheet of ice for the Big Red to work with. And Cox puts it through the feet of Sam Seibold. Trying to cut it off is Terry. He could not. And a chance for Loomis here. They'll break out 2-on-1. It's Hull on the left side. He's got it. Hull hips and drives the cage, and a save is made. Welch didn't know where the puck was. He just made the save there. And it was behind Hibson. Lucky enough for him. If it weren't, it would have been in the back of the net, no doubt. Dumped in by St. Paul's, but rattled quickly down the ice by the Pelicans. Oh, and a turnover here. It's Flynn. Step into the middle, Oliver Flynn. What a good stick by Sullivan, and he does get a shot off eventually. And a good save was made by Welch. St. Paul's really has nothing going. An awkward-looking collision. Here in the, sorry for the power-off notice. That's just the camera. It does some funky things sometimes. We're all good. Not going to have the crisis we had yesterday during the Tabor game. And for those of you watching on the recording, I'm sorry I missed the first 90 seconds again. I got a lot going on. I'm a one-man show. As many of you who know me or have been to the rink, see, I'm doing a lot here. And I've definitely had to work out a few more kinks over these 3 scrimmages that I usually am accustomed to. But it's all in good fun. Really just happy to be here and seeing people back at the rink. Last year was fun. We had 6 games, but it just wasn't the same without, parents and fans and students in the stands. Really looking forward to seeing the students back in the stands on Friday when St. Paul's has their home opener. All the St. Paul's students come back today and classes resume tomorrow. So not many of them back here to take in this game, but I would imagine there'll be a good attendance on hand on Friday. For the first home hockey game of the season. The girls team plays on Wednesday, but they play on the road. There's a chance for Healy coming in. He rifles it high, and it just skitters around the top of the glass there. I don't know if you saw that, but it goes up into the netting and out of play. Loomis, I mentioned St. Paul had 6 games and 3 scrimmages last year, and they were undefeated in all of them, only 1 tie. Loomis only had 3 games, or scrimmages I should say. 2 of them were against Taft, and I believe, if I remember correctly, they split. I'm not sure who the 3rd scrimmage was against. Off the face-off the puck to the corner, Michaud turned it over there. Loose behind the goal, Cox outmanned, but he got the puck to Michaud, who just avoids a check as he gets it out of the zone. On the forecheck there is Biggs, nearly leaving the puck behind with Okinson. That one little hiccup is all there is for Loomis as Yoon moves it. The Pelicans are coming now. A drive right through by Oliver, no, not Oliver Flynn, I was going to say, it's Hunter Drouin. Didn't even go for the puck, just went for the body there right in front of us. Ended up not good for his team as St. Paul's got it into the offensive zone. They can't get a shot on, however. Cox keeps it at the line. He threw it off the body of Michaud. And it's going to be an offensive zone penalty against St. Paul's, I think. Not a good penalty for Sam Seibold. Cross-checks a man. Really, when Jack Michaud was lingering in the middle, and almost, if that puck went off his body, if he was able to pick it up, he would have been in alone on Andrew Hines, but Seibold whistled for cross-checking, and Loomis will head back to the power play. It was a good one. They had great zone pressure against St. Paul's. They did not score. We'll see if they can break through here in their second opportunity. They win the face-off. Terrajamo, the pass just goes off his stick and goes right through the danger zone of the ice. St. Paul's will get it and sing it all the way down. Loomis 0 for 1 on the power play. And they're moving quickly up ice. Andriol, that's Charlie Andriol, who puts it over to the far side. Sullivan is there to meet it, and he'll use the rim and get it all the way down. Back on it here is Will Reardon, I believe. He leaves it behind the goal for Charlie Andriol. Drops it off to Giovanni Grossi. Back for Andriol. He'll come in on the right side. Charlie puts it behind the net there. Oliver Flynn was waiting for it. He gets bumped. Yee trying to come up with the puck. He's outmanned 1 against 3. No help for him, and Flynn finds it. Terrajamo's in front of the net. Oliver Flynn rounding out the near side. Terrajamo tops of the circles, comes out towards the blue line now, center of the ice. Back for Charlie Andriol, moving to the circle again, near side. He's back in behind the net now. Andriol is to the corner. Flynn, they're all rotating. 2 Loomis players in front of the net now. One peels off to the corner. That's Elijah Hull. A slap shot from the outside. And a really good save by Welch through a screen. That was Charlie Andriol who let it go. 27 seconds left to go. Loomis getting it going in the power play. Flynn a low shot. Loose in front. It's between the hatches. Comes outside now. Terry with a whack at it. Flynn holding the line. It goes off the stick of Sullivan. He's got a chance to hammer it around. It's met by the skate of Miranda. Back in deep by Loomis, penalty about to expire. Sullivan tripped up, and now St. Paul's is headed to the power play. It's a tough one if you're Makai Terrajamo. Just kind of gets his stick caught up in the skates of Sullivan there. It wasn't really a malicious or an intentional penalty, but a good kill by St. Paul's. They earned that penalty. Good kill by the Big Red, and now they will head to the power play after 5 seconds of 4-on-4 time. Penalties, as I mentioned a bit earlier, they have not been a rarity in these games. Nice saucer pass by Brad Cox. Here's a shot by Vio, and a save is made through traffic there by Hines. St. Paul's on the power play now, and a good crash by Vio holds the puck at the line. Quick centering pass by Roberts is to no one, but a Loomis Chaffee Pelican. When it was put off a window pane and out, St. Paul's will have to come from their own zone. It's Brad Cox leading the rush. Left side, lets to get away from the grasp of Grossi. Ends up losing the puck, getting it back, and moving to the far corner, but no one was there for St. Paul's. Coming through now, Josh Halliday. Halliday battles it free. Roberts trying to catch up to behind the goal. Quick centering pass went off the leg of the defender, which was Will Reardon. Behind the goal, dug free by Roberts. Roberts backs it up. Here's Conley Bohan. Group of sophomores out there right now for St. Paul's. All 5 guys are fourth formers or sophomores. Here's Bohan, top of the circle. The puck was deflected in front. Good save by Hines. Back of the net, Vio. Good pressure here for the Big Red on the power play. Work back for Brad Cox at the line. About 40 seconds left in the man advantage. Cox again, left point. Bohan, right point. Steps in, puck flutters, and it was actually a good block by Alissi rather. There's Roberts again. Right point. Bohan just catching it, throwing it to the middle. It's bouncing between the hash marks. Wheeling out with it is Carfora, and he sends it down. A quick up there by Welch. They're going to try to lead Stoddard at the line. They'll deflect it in. Goes off the backboard. Seibold is there first, pushing it around the boards. Doherty off the bench. St. Paul's was in the midst of a change as well, as you might imagine. Power play just about over. 4 seconds left. You can hear Welch slamming his stick. Seibold in low. They rotated around. Back to 5-on-5. Here's Cox. After circle, sauces one across, and Stoddard couldn't catch the pass. Like Stoddard again, he tried to lay it back. Doherty has to pinch in to catch up to it. Absorbs a check in the process. And Loomis will clear the zone. Coming back here is Cade Cox. For Sam Seibold, positioned on his own near half board. He takes a bump. It was Rory Andriol with a good hit. Terry crossing the red line. 3 attackers for St. Paul's are ahead. Terry goes around the boards here for Stoddard. Stoddard shouldn't win that puck battle. Away come the Pelicans. It's Hibson left side. Hibson trying to step around Doherty. Doherty just takes him to the boards there. Hibson battling away for it. St. Paul's comes up with the puck in deep. Really at 50-50 play so far this period, I would say. Both teams had a power play. Neither team has scored on it. Attacking here, Loomis. They're offside at the line as it got caught in the legs of one of Aiden Healy or Jay Yoon. Face-off will be to our right, and Loomis is going to make a goalie change here, I believe. Hines is coming out. In will come Caleb Allen as we're about past the halfway point of the game. You can see Hines leaving and Allen going to the net. Caleb Allen, Jr. out of Lone Tree, Colorado. He played in the Colorado Thunderbirds organization before coming to Loomis. Pushed through by Matt Grady. Across the St. Paul's logo he goes and into the right corner. Pass up the left side, or right side. It's Healy across the line for Loomis. And put it in behind the goal there. First was Jay Yoon. He takes it up to the half boards. A couple of St. Paul's defenders coming through there. Cuts to the middle of the ice and then ping pongs in on Welch. Sniffing around the front of the net with Aiden Healy. So yes, new goaltender for Loomis. Loomis carrying, I believe, 3 goaltenders on the roster. One is not here, though. So Allen Hines splitting the time in this game. I'm sure one played a full game yesterday, one played the other full game yesterday. And now they split today so they get even amount of minutes in the Jamboree. Sullivan tossing around a couple of Pelicans behind the goal. Well, there's another hit, and they're going to say that one was from behind against Alissi. No, they're not. They're just going to get him for roughing. Interesting. So Loomis will head back to the power play. They are 0 for 2 and lead this game by a goal. As Sullivan goes off for a rough in the corner. With that last little shove, he's kind of going around just throwing bodies. There's that last little shove to the back of Alissi that did him in. So Loomis to the power play. We've already seen a power play this period for them. Really for both teams, and neither of them have scored. I think the special teams work in, I guess. This is nothing compared to hold on Flynn, and I think Welch was near to his post, and I don't know how intentional that was, perhaps a bit. We saw the big UConn commit bearing down on him and knocked the net off his moorings. There's also some jousting going on in front of him, so that might have had something to do with it, but anyways, this game, noting that there have been quite a few penalties. It's really just an accumulation of throughout the Jamboree. There have been quite a few penalties. the game before us, Taft and Tabor, I mentioned way off the top, for those of you who were here from the very, very start of the broadcast, that this game was delayed a little bit. It was because of the Taft-Tabor game. It was a wild affair, to say the least. Hold on, we'll wait here to see the Loomis power play conclude. Miranda, top of the key. Here's Rory Andriel, one of the captains for Loomis. Andriel working into the corner, trying to get around Brad Cox, who was the watching defender. Out of the right side, it's Healy, high, Miranda. The shot off a leg, ping-pongs out to the right side. And actually off a leg, making it a difficult save for Welch, but he made it. Miranda again takes the pass, a little fake shot, and then a pass to Carvelis. Went off his stick, Cox to the half wall, but not out. Hibson. There's a centering pass and a good play there by Josh Halliday to knock it away, as Carvelis would have been all alone in front. And now Roberts at the line will get it out. But anyways, Tabor won the game 3-2, but it was wild and chippy. There were lots of penalties and actually delayed this game because it took so long, despite the fact they went to running time in the third. Pounded down the ice by the Paulies again. 27 seconds left, and yet another solid kill for St. Paul's. They were 6 for 6 between the two games yesterday. And so far today, they are 3 for 3. Wow, I shouldn't jump to it. So 2 for 2 today. 7 seconds winding down. Still an opportunity for Loomis to score, of course. Now they're 3 for 3. Loomis a quick counter attack, stepping across the line there. Flynn. Welch will come all the way out and gobble it up. He's seen yet again lots of pucks. Both teams make changes. The referees want us to hustle up a little bit. They blow their whistle. The other team seems to be in a hurry at the end of this jamboree. St. Paul seems to be having a tough time getting guys off of the ice in order to get a change. Yeah, it looks like the coaches are laughing about it over on the bench over there. Here's Christian Yee off the face-off. He'll take it up the right side in front of the scorer's box, moving into the zone now. They'll come all the way around, taking it for a skate. Tried to center it, ends up coming up to the left half wall. Seibold played it back in deep. Drouin pushed it up the board. It's all caught up there now on the wall. Loomis digs it free, crashing down Yee again, but it's batted all the way down the ice. Will it make it for icing? No. So Loomis will go for a change. Under 6 to play here in the second. Still, the only goal of the game belongs to Makai Tarajamo. Sullivan gets the pass he wants. Ong hits the red line, falls down, but gets the puck in deep. Round to the goal and picking up quite a bit of speed. Here comes Tarajamo. Oh, no, sorry. That's Grassi. He left it back for a good shot by Jay Yoon. Yoon's got the puck again in the corner. He was hit by Brad Cox and lost it. Seibold chips it just barely in. Stoddard gets dumped from behind. And Loomis takes the puck. Recycled in low. Velopek, not a touch. St. Paul's gets it out. Stoddard lurking for it. He goes down, still battling from a knee on that puck. It skitters to the middle of the ice. Seibold tried to jump up on it. He couldn't. And away comes Loomis. Alissi trying to drive through off the outside of the net. He's got it back, though. Still on his feet. Centers. And it comes right out the other side. Away will come Bryce Terry. Terry steps in across the line. Stoddard crashes towards the front of the cage after the puck went in behind the net. Right across Vio. He missed his check. But he wins the puck back and gets it in the Loomis end. Easton Swift played it off the ball. Turnover at the line. Stoddard. He lost it as he hit the circle. Team's kind of in limbo right now. Carfora crosses in. The pass was blocked by Cox. There's some room there as Loomis was changing in this long change second period. Stoddard comes in, leaves it. Terry was at a standstill. He falls and has to drop it off, but Vio couldn't take the pass. And away comes Easton Swift. Could be a 2-on-1 at the hurry. Tarayamo to the front. And a great save was made by Cal Welch. Tarajamo, I apologize. I was trying to get that out really quick because it was a fast-looking play from Loomis. And really a pro-style middle lane drive there. In comes Miranda, left off by Flynn. Tarajamo hit the crossbar. He's come close twice on 2 consecutive plays now, but it remains a 1-0 game. And now Cox takes a bouncing puck off the wall. It's Cox to the front. Puck was bouncing there, dug free by Seibold into the skates of Cox along the goal line now. And he just couldn't get a shot on net. Turned over, Michaud played it right back. This will be icing against Loomis, I think, is... Did Tarajamo not touch that at the line? I thought he had a play on that puck, no? I suppose not. Flynn versus Grady in the face-off circle. Off the face-off. It's won by Loomis. Flynn with some room to skate across the top. Shoots! What a save by Welch. And I'll tell you why that's such a great save. If he makes that save with the pad, which would have made much more sense, it was a mid-level shot, probably about shin high. And if he gets that with the pad, the rebound's right there for the Loomis forward coming down the middle to put it in the empty net. It's not even a question. It's 2-0 Loomis. But he reaches down, some extension with the glove. And that's a really good save by Cal. To keep St. Paul's in this game, it's only 1-0. There goes Roberts on the right side. He's got some attackers with him. Leaves it for Vio. A high shot. And it's easily into the glove of Caleb Allen. I think he was just a half-second late getting to the front of the goal there. Tie-up off the face-off. A good tie-up by Hull against Grady that allows Loomis to clear it. Grady comes back at center and steals it back for St. Paul's. And he'll whisk it in. Out of his net to stop it is Allen. Moves it up the boards and right onto the tape of Will Reardon after a bounce. But unable to clear it is Reardon as it's backed in below the Loomis goal line again. Bouncing at the blue line a bit dangerously. Halliday, it'll hold up because Roberts hadn't cleared the zone yet, so that's why he didn't go for that puck, and Loomis takes over instead. Ooh, bumped at center there was Okenson. Coming back to help him out is Reardon. They'll send it around. Elijah Hull there to meet it on the far side, all tied up by Doherty. A bump by Sullivan. Chris Hibson will just play it behind the goal. Under 2 to play here in the second. No goal scoring in the middle frame so far. Henry Young just a little too early on the tip over here. Icing called against the Big Red. St. Paul's also goes by the Pelican mascot. They don't use it as their nickname though. Loomis is the Pelicans. St. Paul's is the Big Red, but they have a Pelican mascot. It's a focal point of the shield. You can actually see, I mean, it's very, very small up in your upper left-hand corner. The Loomis and the St. Paul's logos. Those are the 2 school crests, and they both have pelicans in them. So if you're a St. Paul's fan and you're confused because they keep referring to Loomis as the Pelicans and St. Paul's is the Big Red, not the Pelicans, or you keep hearing Pelicans and you think St. Paul's, but it's not. That is why St. Paul's is the Big Red, but they do have a Pelican as their mascot. Loomis, the Pelicans. Good chance for Tarajamo to put Loomis up 2-0, but Kyle Welch makes the save from the step-in shot and allows no rebound. Face off to his left. Jukebox Hero playing over the speakers here at Gordon Rink. Brian Doherty told he needed to step back by the back official over there. He did just that, and the puck is dropped. Scrambled off the draw. Loomis wins it to the middle. The puck is bouncing between the hash marks. The original chance came from Hunter Drew, and he wasn't able to get a shot away, and really no Pelican was. And it's iced by St. Paul's. Not icing, though, just sent the length of the ice. They battle away for it. Stoddard blocks out a man. Terry trying to send it back to Cox at the line, but of course, Cox wasn't playing the line. And it goes all the way back into the St. Paul's end. Cox is there first to Doherty on the left wing boards. Up off the glass it goes. Down to Glovett is Miranda. 40 seconds to play in the period, and Cox leads it ahead. It's going to be a 2-on-1 for St. Paul's in transition. Seibel with Terry. Seibel, the pass wasn't a good one. And it goes behind Bryce Terry. That's the best opportunity of the game so far for St. Paul's. And they fail to convert. Only down 1-0 the Big Red are, despite being, I don't want to say outplayed. Here comes Cox to the front, dragging! And a save is made by Allen with Cox right in his grill. Now Stoddard steps in, and it just went off the stick of Carvelis, or else it would have snuck by Allen. A good last shift of the game for St. Paul's. Loomis trying to hold the puck on the board so they can get out of the period. 7 seconds left, and the referees also seem content with just letting this one run out along the boards. They're not able to free it up, and they blow the whistle as the horn sounds. And that'll be the end of the period. So, no goals in that second period, despite a power play for both teams. Actually, Loomis had 2 in that period. But no goals, still a 1-0 game. St. Paul's put in a good last shift of the period. And we'll head to the third in a close one on the board. 1-0. Third period is coming up after this. We're back. Third period action from Gordon Rink on the campus of St. Paul's School in Concord, New Hampshire. It is Loomis 1, St. Paul 0. St. Paul's getting badly outshot right now, 30-12 the overall shots. Shots were 20-9 in the second. Now, given Loomis did have 2 power plays, St. Paul's only 1, but still, Loomis has definitely had the upper hand in this game. Cal Welch playing stellar yet again between the pipes for St. Paul's with 29 saves, and the goal that he did let in was a really tough one to stop. Loomis is coming from right to left, St. Paul's from left to right. My name's Ryan Murphy. The third period is underway right now. And thanks for joining us here on this Monday afternoon. Saying hello to all our friends watching around the state, country, and maybe the world. I don't know. Right now. Happy and proud to be with you here in this one. A quick turnover by St. Paul's to start the period, and a chance for Loomis. The rebound was really the big chance there, and it was cleared away by Sullivan. Stoddard gets it further down the ice. The shot there came from Ben Carfora. Coming back for it here is Will Reardon. A little bit of snow on the ground at St. Paul's, some ice on the pond. It's getting a little chillier. Hockey season definitely upon us, and the regular season will be upon us come Friday. This is the last game of the preseason for both these two teams. They're playing in their third and final scrimmage of the St. Paul's Jamboree. Up off the glass, knocked down by a Loomis skate, following up there, Seibold to clear the zone. He pounds it in front of the scorer's table. It's rattled around by Loomis. They try to get the breakout, but Doherty's there to meet it, and stepping back with it here is Jack Roberts. Roberts for Seibold, and then Cade Cox. Bounced off the boards. Here's Ben Carfora. He just played it to an open side, and Doherty is there to push it in deep for St. Paul's. Up on the forecheck first is Josh Halliday. And then stepping, a good read by Doherty. Ryan Doherty looks, he'll just swing a backhander into the corner. Carvelis. Now Doherty. They're just playing it over here on the right wall. The only goal came in the first period. It belonged to Makai Tarajamo. St. Paul's had a really good shift at the end of the second period that included a 2-on-1. They were just unable to pot one home. Here's Seibold leaving it. Halliday takes the shot, and a good save is made by Caleb Allen. Allen playing half the game. Well, the first half of the game in goal for Loomis was Andrew Hines, and now Allen came in about halfway through. With just about 9 minutes left in the second period. 9:45 to take the net for Loomis the rest of the way. The Pelicans splitting time for both keepers. Face off to the right here. It'll be Lino Vio against Elijah Hull. To California kids. Hull, a Los Angeles native, off the face-off through traffic and hit Hull in the back. He turns the backhander to the front, and he didn't get much velocity on it. And Welch was easily able to make the save. Loomis has definitely had the majority of the play. They've been the better team in this game, but St. Paul's just hanging on. They've killed 3 penalties, had a couple of power plays themselves, but were unable to score. I mentioned that best scoring chance of the game was Seibold and Terry on a 2-on-1, and they couldn't connect on the pass. It's one you'll have to think about later if this result holds, if you're St. Paul's, but still 15:42 to play. And an offensive zone draw for the Big Red right here. With a scramble and a win for Loomis, the draw is. Round to the goal, Andriol. Could be a 2-on-1 here for the Pelicans. Hull takes a wide angle, and it's well played by Brad Cox, the St. Paul's defender. The shot just goes off his skate and into the corner. Loomis recovers. Chris Hibson walks out. Oaken's son falling there is Conley Bohan, and it's a jumper over the stick, and here goes St. Paul's the other way. Jack Michaud on his backhand just shovels one to the corner. Biggs is there first. He goes into the wall with Hibson, I believe. Back in the line, here's Christian E going to the front. Vio, the shot into the glove of Allen. So Loomis, after this, Loomis will take on, I believe, I can double check. What do you know? I came prepared. Yes, they take on Trinity Pawling at home on Saturday at 6 p.m. That's their home opener and their regular season opener against one of their rivals in TP, an evening game. That should be a big one down at Loomis. And St. Paul's will take on Brewster Academy on Friday night, 5:30 start here at home for that one. So both these two teams will have their home opener as their season opener. After the Friday game, St. Paul's will go on the road to take on Tilton, the Tilton team that's, I expect, personally, to be very good this year. That's a good penalty. Oh, as Flynn was hooked there by Grady with a fire drill in front of the St. Paul's cage. There'll be a penalty upcoming to St. Paul's, but Matt Grady, I believe it was him, just negated the scoring opportunity. And really, I'm not sure if it was a penalty or a good stick, as Oliver Flynn was all alone in front of the net. Big collision right here in front of us, and Luke Panato is slow getting up. So is Giovanni Crossi. It is going to be Grady. No, it's not. It's going to be Henry on to the box for St. Paul's. I give him, if it was for what I thought it was, which is the stick on Oliver Flynn in front of the net, I'd give him a pass there because I think that's a good play. He probably just prevented a goal despite taking the penalty. That was a late whistle off the face-off. And I think it's going to be a penalty against Loomis, perhaps. Shaken is Will Reardon. No. It was a really late whistle. I honestly don't know what it was. It's not a penalty against Loomis. Maybe Reardon jumped the gun on the draw or something like that. They take the face-off out of the zone. We'll do another one in the zone now as Welch catches that puck off the boards. Anyways, on in the box. 10 seconds roll off the clock. That's all on all those whistles. And Oliver Flynn off the face-off. Over down the right side, Hibson. Or no, sorry, that's Terrajamo with the shot. Making it back up here is Flynn. Moving it to Hull. In low, Flynn again. He couldn't center it. Oliver Flynn yet again. The third time he's going to take it all the way around out high. He's got a lane down the middle. Flynn, and he fanned on the shot entirely. He missed by a country mile, and it goes to the corner. Hull now on the puck for Loomis. They recover. Moves quickly for Terrajamo. Tried to go back door. He couldn't get it to Flynn, the intended target, I believe. Puck will rattle to the far side. Reardon behind the goal. He finds Flynn out high. It's Andriol moving in. Back for Flynn. That's a circle and shot. Rebounds there. They score. Will Reardon tucks it in on the near post as Loomis gets to the front of the net, which they have not really been able to do particularly well in this game, despite all the possession time and momentum. They haven't gotten to the front of the net until now. And Will Reardon on the doorstep, a big guy himself, tough to move out on top of that blue paint. He's 6'5", 190. And he pots it in on the backhand, and Loomis at last has taken a 2-0 lead. It is a power play goal, the first allowed by St. Paul's in these 3 scrimmages. I suppose if you continue to take penalties, you're eventually going to allow one. And that one burns the Big Red, despite all I was doing to say that Henry Young had taken a good penalty there. It does end up coming back to burn St. Paul's anyways. And it's 2-0 Loomis here in the final game of the scrimmage. Knocked out to center, and it's Josh Halliday. Over this way is Roberts. Back for Halliday. A little give and go. Goes off the leg of Roberts. He wasn't really expecting it there. They rotated up top for Cox. A good response shift up to this point for St. Paul's. Roberts was looking. Tried to leave it. He was shuttled to the ground by Hunter Druman, and the puck comes out of the zone. Cox peels back. He finds Seibold alone by himself. He drops it back for Ryan Doherty as St. Paul's maintains the possession. 12 minutes left to go, and the Big Red are now down 2 goals. That puck goes out through the open door on the bench. On Loomis's bench, they were in the midst of a change. Face-off will be right in front of the bench there. And Carfora off the face-off. And Lino Vio will go back for it. Vio off the glass. Biggs is going to have to pursue it, but this will be icing against St. Paul's. Cameron Miranda back to touch it. But the goal scorers for Loomis are 22 and 23. Makai Tarajamo and Will Reardon. Both were at Loomis last year, but of course they didn't play the full slate of games. And J.R. Zaviza, I don't know if he was quoted in the New England Hockey Journal, but it said in the New England Hockey Journal that he expects, hold on a moment, here goes Jack Michaud, the shot comes hard off the pad. Brad Cox to the front, and I don't think Allen saw that one. He just got a toe on it, really. Biggs gives a bump. Lino Vio goes down over there for St. Paul's. Battling away forward is Carvelis. Tip to the middle. Cameron Miranda's there to swing it out of trouble. But yes, J.R. Zaviza, the head coach for Loomis, was quoted. Oh, I'm going to pause again. A good shot block there by Bohan. Play not over yet, though. Quoted saying that those guys who had only played a half a season were going to be very important for this Loomis squad. Another one steps in here. Welch makes the save, but the rebound is batted away. And what do you know, in this game, two half-season guys have scored. What did he call them? He called them half-year guys. He said that they're going to be critical to the success of the Pelicans this year. They have a couple guys have returned from the full season, 1920 to 7, but another 9 guys who were at Loomis last year return, but they haven't played a full season of prep hockey yet. And I think that's true really for any school. It's going to be the guys with a little bit of experience under their belt, but maybe not a full bit. Because there aren't many guys in prep hockey who have played a full season this year. Loomis trying to turn it back on St. Paul's quickly. It's Flynn stepping in left side. He dashed one through the slot. No one was home to take the pass, and now a turnover. Grady trying to go the other way. He's got a checker back on him, and a good play back on defense. I think that was Charlie Andriol, yes. And now his brother Rory going up ahead, makes a pass. Tarjamo. That was a really good play to not trip Grady, but to poke it away from him instead. Quickly across by Stoddard. Sullivan jumping up in the rush, but they're offside. I don't think Stoddard saw that. And I was going to say Sullivan was the guy offside, but they actually point at Stoddard. The linesman here pointed at Stoddard to say that he was the guy offside. If you're just joining us, Loomis had recently taken a 2-0 lead. They scored their first goal at the end of the first period. And their second goal at the beginning of the third. It was a good job by St. Paul's to stave off Loomis attack for most of this game, but they've converted on the power play to double their lead. That puck hit a Loomis player on the bench. And the faceoff will come back into the zone as the Pelicans were trying to come up and out. And that was shot at a play by Loomis. Faceoff to the right. It's Elijah Hull versus Matt Grady in the dot. And Grady wins it clean. Shot off the faceoff there by Sullivan. I think Allen only saw that one late. And got there with the blocker. The goal scorer Reardon trying to get up there to negate the icing, but he cannot. And the play is whistled dead. We'll see if St. Paul's can get on the board here. Still plenty of time. 9:24 left to play. So far in the Jamboree, I mentioned earlier, St. Paul's yet to win one. They lost to Taft 1-0 and lost to Tabor 4-2. Off the face-off, Doherty. No one in front of the net, and Allen was able to make the save. Loomis, on the other hand, they tied Tabor and were shut out by Taft 3-0. That Tabor game I wasn't there for, but from all accounts it was fast-paced and a shootout. Oh, good look by Seibold in front, but Ong was all tied up and couldn't receive it. Seibold gets back at the line to hold it. And a good stick by Pinato, turns it back for Ong. Ready for it there, though, with Sammy Ross. He played it out to center. It's off the stick of Seibold, pushed further here by Loomis. They come into the zone, well into the zone. Healy turned it back, though, and St. Paul's will break the other way. 2-on-2. It's Seibold with Pinato. Seibold a bouncer to the front. Just got it off on the backhand. He goes in for the puck, too, and gets it back to the line. Good, hard-working play there by Sam Seibold. Angling his man there was Pinato. Sammy Ross. Bounces it out to center. It's loose at the red line. Vio will take it back. He's getting charged up as he heads in on the right side. Lino Vio couldn't execute the move. Good defense by Drew, and Vio swings it, though. A nice move by Cox. And he shoveled the backhander wide to the far post. Behind the net now. Centered Vio, and a good save by Allen. That shift getting some taps of appreciation from the goaltender Cal Welch between the pipes for St. Paul's. He's down to our left. He took a skate and tapped. He said, let's go. Trying to maybe build some momentum towards the goal here for St. Paul's. They've been few and far between here in the scrimmages. Here comes Alissi. He enters the zone on the left side, stops up, moves the rink around before dishing it back to Carvelis at the line. In low it goes again. They're waiting for it is Alissi. St. Paul's takes it back, a stretch pass perhaps. It is onto the tape of Halliday from Vio. Halliday comes in, maneuvering his way across the top of the zone. He lost the puck though. And it's quickly back out to center. An all-sophomore quintet, I think it's a group of 5. All sophomore quintet that comes on and then comes off for St. Paul's. Nice move at center. Here goes Swift. Catching up to him, though, with Yee. It's still loose between the hashes. Loomis catches up to it. Back to the outside it goes. Miranda, high shot, knocked out in front. It's loose to the near post. Holding it behind the net there is Hibson. He's smoked out by Yee, trying to win it away from him. Bouncing away in the far circle. Back by Swift. Miranda, right point, back for Swift on the wall. He goes high off the glass, the referee moving out of the way. Tarajamo taken down by Grady. Loomis holds possession though. Working on the half wall, Grady takes another man out. Tarajamo trying to thread the needle, back to the point to Carvelis. He did get it to him, but Carvelis had to spin. Now he takes a shot that goes way high and wide, sending the official ducking out of the way. Down to 6:46 remaining in the hockey game. It's Tarajamo has his knees on the ice. He was interfered with this by a St. Paul's player. And Grady's going to head to the box. Is it his second trip to the box? I don't remember. I don't think so. I think it's just his first. No, it wasn't. That's right. I thought he was going to go to the box, and it wasn't him. Grady to the box for interference. Loomis again to the power play. They scored on their last one. They are 1 for 4, and this puck comes out of the zone. Off the face-off, Loomis wins it. Keep largely the same group of guys out there Loomis does here for this power play. Carvelis, they had a really good shift that drew the penalty. Well, St. Paul seemed like they were out of the thick of it. Here's a chance. Good save by Welch on the bottom of the circle. Chris Hibson had the shot. Now it's clear to the middle. Score! Cameron Miranda. He had all sorts of time and space to skate into that shot, and he sure did. He got all of it and whipped it by Welch's blocker side. Another power play goal for Loomis puts them up 3-0. Power plays have yet again done in the Big Red. Or the penalties, I should say. The power plays haven't done them in, although they are 0 on the power play as well today, if I recall. So Loomis with a, not quite a stranglehold, but a good grasp on this one, to say the least. It's now 3-0 with 5:42 left to play. And the Pelicans are looking for more. There's a shot that deflects. High up off the glass. Playing it there, Bohan bouncing around at the front. Ooh, the puck goes up over Welch. He did not know where that was. And now Brad Cox will settle things. He's on his backhand now as he moves it over here to the right side. Turned back by Oak and Son. Cox giving a hard check into the boards there against Sammy Ross. Loomis is changing, but they maintain the puck in low. The goal scorer, I think that's Miranda down there. No, perhaps it's Andriol. Yes, it is. It's Andriol, not Miranda. Greedy coming across center. Roberts to the front. Couldn't get it on goal. St. Paul's holds the line. A good stick by Sullivan, but now it's out 2-on-2. Coming across the middle is Oliver Flynn. He shoots, and a save is made by Cal Welch. Shots after 2 were 30-12 in favor of Loomis. I'm sure they're far more than that now. St. Paul's has really been unable to get anything going. Aside from the promising shift here or promising shift there. Getting down to garbage time of the last game of this Thanksgiving Jamboree. Of course, the regular season lies ahead for both these teams. Both the Pelicans and the Big Red will be in attendance at the Avon Old Farm Christmas Classic 2 weeks from now. Chance in the middle for Charajamo, and it was jammed just wide of the goal. Yes, they'll both be at the Avon Old Farm Christmas Classic. Always something you circle on the calendar as a fun event. Both these two teams go. Here's a chance for Jack Roberts coming in. He tried to dish it off. The Cade Cox, who was coming down the left side, and getting a leg in there was Carvelis, perhaps. Oh no, it actually looked like it was Drew Anastasio who made a nice play. Got the puck again here. Drew puts it off the boards, and Chris Hibson sends it into the zone. It'll meet Michaud on the far side. St. Paul's takes over up the boards. Sam Seibel, a little chip and chase, trying to get inside. He does. Going to the front is Panato. It runs away from Seibel, though. You heard this carried around to the outside. Seibel rounds. Finds Cox after the puck goes off the leg. Down to 3 minutes left, and it's Loomis 3, St. Paul's 0. To the line, a shot, kicks in front. Great save on Seibel. Allen came across to make a real good side-to-side stop with the blocker. Biggs back checks, gets in the way, but only momentarily, though. Loomis pushes further. Carfora in low. Put it to the front of the net, and Cal Welch will make the save and hold on. As we get a stoppage. Of course, I'm sitting here now, and it's 2 o'clock. This was a 12:15 start to the game. You know, I'm a guy that gets really excited for these games, and the game has gone on, and now with 2.5 minutes left, I'm like, oh, I didn't eat lunch. So I'm getting hungry. And I wonder if these guys did either. You had to have a hearty breakfast, right? At the 12:15 start time, that's hard. That's right. You know, you're warming up during the early lunch hours, and you're playing during the later lunch hours. Unless you're a 2 o'clock luncher, I know a few of them. It's not strange. I just typically eat between the hours of 11 and 1. Anyways, that's an aside. Puck's in deep. Sullivan brings it on around. Terry will clear it out at center. There was Stoddard. It took a large hack on the stick of Ben Carfora. Pelicans stop at the line. The through pass goes nowhere, and Stoddard puts it off the boards. He's got Miranda turned around, but Cam gets back there. 100 seconds left to go in this one. Loomis gonna cinch together their first win of the preseason and their last win of the preseason with 2 power play goals in the third period. Over St. Paul's, there'll be a late penalty against the Pelicans, though. It's a touch-up right here, and an interference call as Jack Roberts was hauled to the ice. So St. Paul's one last shot on the power play before it's for real. With 1 minute and 14 left in the game. Going to the box is Oaken's son. St. Paul's 0 for 2 on the power play. Well, one last shot before it's for real, and it is for real come Friday night. When the Big Red take on Brewster. Loomis wins it. The face-off, that is. They send it all the way down. Welch out of the net to stop it. We are at 1 minute left to play in the Jamboree. Cox drives wide, puts it in behind the net, puts it in behind the net. A little miscommunication with Seibel, perhaps. Roberts finds it. He's got a bit of space behind the goal. Comes out, sharp angle shot. Goes off the outside of the netting. Cox. Here's Seibel. He's stationed on the half wall, looking for some options. Not a lot of movement right now for St. Paul's on this late power play, trailing 3-0. They find Doherty on the back door, and coming across with the shot block was Giovanni Grassi. They can't clear Cox. A tip by Halliday. Seibel back for Cox. One-timer save is made. Rebound there. They swat away for it. The defender lying down. Puck comes free. And they're going to say Loomis played it with a hand. I don't actually agree with that. And J.R. Zavisa on the Loomis bench doesn't either. They're going to hold this face-off inside the zone and stop play with 17.9 seconds left on the clock. And St. Paul's will make a wholesale change. I know the defender in the crease there was swatting at it with his hand. I don't think he actually got it with his hands. I thought that was a Loomis stick. And Loomis is going to take a timeout. I think Zavisa was upset because they weren't going to let him change. And the coaches Zavisa just turned over and yelled to Dan Murphy, like, "Are you okay with us changing?" And of course, it's a scrimmage, so the St. Paul's coach was like, "Yep, do your thing." So a little late delay before we get this game over with 10 seconds left. It's battled for here on the right wall. Miranda digs it free. He'll take one last skate with it before sending it the length of the ice. There first is Flynn as the horn sounds. Loomis wraps up the Jamboree with a 3-0 win of their own. They get goals from Mackay, Terrajamo, Will Reardon, and Cameron Miranda to close out the preseason. St. Paul's shut out for the second time in 3 scrimmages. They fall 3-0. Final score. We'll be back with you on Friday. The season kicks off as St. Paul's battles Brewster. You can join us at 5:30. The team saluting each other at center. Thanks for tuning in, folks. My name is Ryan Murphy, signing off from Concord.